Hey everybody, this is Shane with Trek Health 365. Today I want to talk to everybody about the benefits of staying hydrated. And there's all sorts of reasons why we want to make sure that we're drinking water throughout our day, both because it impacts our health and our overall performance, as well as how we feel. It's also going to help you meet some of the goals you may not have previously really even realized. So we're going to talk all about that today. First thing I want you to consider is that our bodies are mostly water. The average adult is about 60% water, and our blood is about 90% water. And if you were to go without water within 3 to 5 days, it wouldn't be good. We need to stay hydrated. And it's really overall critical to both our health of our cells and our bodies as a whole. And dehydration can really lead to some very negative consequences. And we're going to talk about those as well. So the first question you might be asking is, how much should I drink? The old adage of 64 ounces a day or 8-ounce glasses might be a good start point for some people, but it's really going to vary person to person and day to day for each individual. Things like body weight, age, gender, and activity level are really going to impact your individual needs. The more active you become, the greater your need is going to be as well. And also, where are we living? What conditions are we in? When it's hot and humid, those are times when we're going to need more hydration as well. So let's get into some of the benefits. Number one benefit, something that you may not have known, is that water consumption can actually aid in weight loss. So if weight loss is a goal of yours, listen up. So one study looked at 18,000 different adults and how much water they drank through the day and how many calories they consumed. And on average across this study, the average individual consumed about 4.2 cups of water per day and about 2,157 calories per day. But the people who drank between 1 and 3 cups more than what that average was consumed about 200 calories less per day than those who drank less. And most of that came from reduction in sweetened beverages and also a reduction in more of the high calorie sweetened or high calorie fat foods that those individuals were craving. Other studies have also found that drinking 17 ounces of water can potentially benefit and boost your metabolism for up to an hour and a half after consuming that water by almost 30%. So definitely things to consider in terms of caloric reduction and how do we speed up our metabolism by drinking more water. Next, let's talk about hydration and performance. And these two things really go hand in hand, but it's hard to really know until you've experienced it how much dehydration can have a negative effect on our performance. And actually a loss of body water of only 2% can start to impact our performance while we're active, whether you're just doing a workout or you're out riding your bike or whatever it might be. And we see this in a variety of ways. It can result in increased levels of fatigue, reduction in speed or endurance, increased body temperature or our inability to regulate our body temperature, lack of motivation to continue to exercise, and even muscle cramping. And like I said before, if we're exercising in hot or humid conditions, our sweat rate increases, and therefore our level of water consumption is going to need to increase as well. That's going to require us to drink more than we would normally and just continue hydrating throughout. Also, something to be aware in those situations is our body's need for electrolytes. So consuming something like a salt tab or Noon or Tailwind or Gatorade type product is going to help us, in addition to water, maintain some of those electrolyte levels when we're doing extended activity in hot or humid conditions. So maybe a good place to start, as long as you're already hydrated, is about 20 ounces of water per hour, and see how that makes you feel. If you're starting to feel some of the effects of dehydration or notice that you're sweating a lot because of the conditions, you may need more than that. Conversely, if you're exercising in cooler temperatures, You may need less than that, but plan for around 20 ounces per hour to start and be willing to adjust as you go along. Being hydrated also impacts our health in a variety of ways. So by being dehydrated, it can actually start to impact our cognitive function. It can impact our mood, it can impact our concentration. It can even impact our memory to an extent. You've probably experienced headaches as a result of dehydration. So if you're feeling that headache coming on at work, maybe go grab a bottle of water and see how that makes you feel. Drinking water is also going to help us remove toxins from our body and aid in digestion. It's going to help us maintain appropriate blood volume. It's going to help support our joint and our skin health. And it's also going to help just with overall muscle functioning and combating fatigue throughout the day. So let's talk about some hydration strategies. When should we drink water? Well, we should drink early and we should drink often. Really start by drinking water as soon as you get out of bed. Because we don't drink water overnight, oftentimes we wake up in a dehydrated state, and by drinking water, that may perk you up even more than your morning cup of coffee. Consider having a glass of water 30 minutes before each meal to help with satiety and potentially prevent overeating during that meal as well. Drinking water in the afternoon, again, maybe you've got that afternoon headache, or you're just feeling some fatigue or kind of that afternoon slump. Getting up and going and grabbing a bottle of water can make a big difference then too. Make sure we're drinking before, during, and after exercise, both to aid in our performance, but also to help with recovery. Consider drinking water before you go to bed so that we're hydrating before we go to sleep. Be careful not too much, or you might have to get up in the middle of the night. And just keep a bottle with you all day long. That's really going to encourage you and give you the opportunity to drink as you need and when you're thirsty. Something else to consider if you're starting to kind of get one of those sweet cravings or getting tired of plain old water, consider adding lemon, lime, or other fruits to kind of help shake things up a little bit and keep you wanting to continue to drink. I just want to reiterate the importance of staying hydrated throughout the day and all day, every day. We can really see some negative effects both in our health and in how we feel when we become dehydrated. And really drinking enough water is just going to help us perform and feel better overall. You can use tools like your MyFitnessPal to track your water intake throughout the day, or even just keep track of how many bottles did I fill and drink today as my day progressed. Again, just drink early, drink often, and make sure that you're reaping all those benefits of staying hydrated.